Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. And the last episode was a little stressful, trying to build this rocket platform. Just realizing too, I could have just destroyed this one and rebuild it over here. Oh well, I was not thinking that well yesterday. So let's try to not find things so stressful. Take it down a little bit, and that should be easy enough because all I have as a goal is carnivore achievement. And I've got tons of barbecue meat, specifically on this asteroid over here. We have 40,000, and we need to share a little bit, so we're going to send some over. And all I'm going to do is get my dupes to consume barbecue meat over the next 20 or so cycles until I get the carnivore achievement. That does mean the dupes are grounded to these two asteroids, because I would like to be back over here. So I've just set this up perfectly so I could start digging down and get access to some of this resources that I have available, but that's going to have to wait. I figure it's safe to have all 12 dupes on hand to be able to consume meat. So right now I'm going to connect this guy here. Dump anything that's non-food is being dumped here, but this is a manual process for me for the time being until I get more automation. And that is heading towards our deep freezer, which I put in the last episode. It may have been hectic, but I did get a few things done. Alright, well, I'm going to take a look around, decide what we need to build first, and then get to it. One of the first things I'm building is a polluted water to water system. Well, specifically removing the food poisoning that's been building up over here. So I can get just normal polluted water without that food poisoning. And then eventually convert it back to regular water for use on the base. Over on this asteroid, I'm pushing my insulation layer back. And we're going to be building a spot here to automate the conversion of meat and repopulating the hatches into my stables. Just making a little bit more room to be able to do that, so we can go ahead. Getting rid of a pedestal, moving the random item I had. Over here looks like a blender. We'll deal with that another day. Right now, I want to get a spot. Whoa! Someone took a fall. They're alright. And yeah, we'll build this system over here to deal with food poisoning. So starting off by moving all eggs over to this tile right here. And then we're going to fill this spot with liquid water. Delivering some water in this location, so when the hatches are here, well, just like we have right there, they'll drown. We don't have enough water right now, but in enough time that will happen. We want to move this egg over by one dupes. Just about to have this area sealed off so we can start the process of creating a pump or creating a vacuum inside it. Actually, let's check to make sure we don't actually have the gas we want anyway. Didn't think so. Alright, so this guy needs some power. Connect this. And that pump is going to start the process of that vacuum. While the dupes are waiting for this area to become a vacuum, starting the process of making a polluted water to oxygen system. Going to need this area up here, so I'm going to pump this water into these liquid reservoirs for use later on. Over on this asteroid, setting up a system to store a certain amount of hatches over here while taking all new meat up and bringing it up here to be cooked. Just gonna patch this back so we get 96 tiles. We're at 95. Taking this out, we'll be back to 96. About to send some chlorine into this zone over here. Don't need very much. In fact, that's going to be enough. We can turn you off. Just making sure that the liquid that's in here is going to be exposed to just chlorine. That's pretty... Oh, no, I don't think I set this. So we need... Let's see, how is this all going to be set up? So water's going to go... Polluted water's going to go in here with food poisoning. We need to have it sit here for the first half of the cycle. No. Or yeah, we're going to have it doors closed on the first half of the cycle. So duration of, let's put 33. So the morning, essentially. And copy the setting over to this clock. And then at this place, this is where our liquid's going to be kept. Load it in the morning. All afternoon it's going to sit here, removing its food poisoning in the afternoon, or the night phase. 30%, let's say 66. Right like that. We'll be getting liquid coming out of this without food poisoning. And we will start off by just putting that liquid... Oh no, I don't want to block off that path. Find a spot for that. So it is loading time. So we see some polluted water going in the morning, first third of the cycle. Tons of food poisoning. And what we're going to do is, we should see this turning off soon. Click on the... Oh! Did that not get set? Okay, so what happened here? What happened here? Something got changed. Okay, alright, let's make sure we set this. So this should be turning off. That wasn't going to work out well, actually. I'm glad I noticed that. So we should be approaching the point where liquid stops going in, giving this a chance to actually clean itself out. After it gets cleaned out and starts draining out of here, it's going to go into one of these two machines to have the polluted water turn to just regular water. And we're going to store it in these containers, and I've got use for them later on. So that's just going to be intermixed with liquid water that I've got up there. Up here I have some construction. It's going to be a difficult job, so what I said, dupes, don't go in here. Just let the rovers take care of it. It'll be a lot easier that way. It is the afternoon cycle, so the doors are both open, and we should see the germ process, or germ count, go way down. It does take a little bit of time, but it gets down there. And it'll be 0 by the time the afternoon or the evening cycle starts, when it gets drained out. So this is the polluted water to oxygen system. Still waiting for this liquid to get drained out, but figured I can at least get this portion of it set up. This is where polluted water is going to be stored, creating a lot of polluted oxygen in the process. We're going to filter that out and put air pumps at the top here. So we get critter sensors. These are each going to be sensing whether any critters are needed. So if we have 8 or below, we have below 8 essentially, then we're going to get a true signal on any one of these through a NOT gate that's going to close this. So that's indicating that we're in need. And let's just double check that one of these actually does need one. 8, 8, not this one, not this one. Oh yeah, I didn't apply that setting to all of them. Let me apply that to all 4 of those. So that is opening the door, indicating that we don't need any more hatches. If we do have hatches in here, I need to make sure that a hatch 0 or more is auto-wrangled at high priority. So someone will wrangle them, then bring them in at one of these locations, the appropriate one that needs to be filled up. Now, I need to get a certain amount of hatches in here all the time so that we're never completely running out. We don't want to convert all of them to meat, so let's do that So what we have for that is this critter sensor that's going to say if you are, let's see, I think below 10, send a true, meaning the door is opening, which means this auto sweeper can access this only when that is open. And I'm going to click on this and hit hatch eggs. Auto sweeper's going to start picking up eggs. It's going to store some internally first and then push some over here. I like the little track icon that the critter sensor has. So what's going to happen is they're going to put that in there. It's going to drop on the ground. The door's going to close. This guy's still going to pick some up. And what's going to happen is it's going to see, oh, I can't access you. It's just going to give up and throw it on the ground after it's picked up all the eggs that it can. Boom. That's why it's important that this thing be exactly center above this. Actually, hold on. Thinking to myself, I want to move all these eggs over here. And there's a number of them. I wonder if I could kind of trick this system in a similar way. If I click critter egg, sweep only. And, oh yeah, I've got to mark these eggs as being swept. Pause it here. Let this pick up so many. Before it has a chance to actually send it over, I gotta be quick. Just saves a dupe from having to do that. Let me try with the remainder. Oh, pause. Oh, sorry, I'm just having fun here, but it is a way of moving these eggs over. Boom, let's remove the sweep only. I want, from this point on, any meat is brought over there. So we have, I think, this whole place set up. We are at the evening cycle, just checking that we in fact have no food poisoning, so that liquid's allowed to leave. It's going to be filtered at these two locations and joining at the water storage up here. Excellent. While we have this water being drained out of here, building a material study terminal. Not a lot of space on this overall asteroid. But anyway, brought that here. That's going to have heavy watt wires going through. Since I'm going to be going through this zone anyway, figure why not connect it to the rock crusher and we'll let supercomputer in that. We'll connect that and do some research. Fortunately, we have lots of hydrogen. So this is going to be a good power source to use up for that. We're going to need some of these radiation lamps. We'll put some radioactive ore or uranium ore right there. Make sure this is pointing down, otherwise red bolts are gonna not be going the right location. Checking over here. We have our eggs. These ones here ready to be turned to meat. These ones ready to be repopulated in the stables. So we have a material study terminal. It's in a laboratory. Red bolts are being fired into it. So we can research more advanced stuff than we could before. I'm thinking one of the more useful... Normally the first thing I always go after is the steam turbine. But I don't have plastics, though. I'm going to change to this instead. You can see I already done some basic research for it. It's this guy who I want. Conveyor receptacle. Let's research that. Consuming a lot of power at the moment. Get the metal refinery. And the Red Bull generator running. But that's actually a good thing in a way that it's going to deal with the excess amount of hydrogen that's up here. Well, see, rover is down, so we'll be able to get rid of them, returning some of the metal back to the world. I'm a little nervous about the carnivore achievement. I'm picking some eggs that are close to 80%. Going to move them over, just have them run through the incubator, just to speed up the conversion to meat a little bit. The only... I'll nominate Deco to be able to go into this room. Trap them in there until they're done with this. The eggs that I choose. Alright, Deco is going in this room. Well, I guess they technically didn't go in the room, so they didn't get trapped. It's not as big as the room I normally use. So this is going to just be... You do have the ability to use this, right? Oh, you... No power? Wait, what's wrong? I'm not... Oh! Oh! Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back, Deco, don't worry. Did not want to do this, but I'm just a little bit nervous, so I'm just going to be safe, then potentially redo this again. We don't have any automation. I could have trapped you in there, though. I don't know if I have a great way of forcing them to pick up eggs that does not have the lullaby effect. I may have just to manually fish a few eggs. I only plan on doing 4 or 5 eggs. So let's remove that. And we'll do another egg. Deco goes down and... Okay. Alright, well, I see how it's gonna go. What eggs did we get now? 86%, 42, sure. Really, it's mostly eggs that are close to 80%. Just to make them hatch a little bit quicker. What did you grab? Okay. Just a few eggs, I swear, otherwise I'm gonna go crazy. I really wish the game would only put in eggs that don't have the lullaby effect. It would make this process much easier. I want this egg to be brought in, but there's no great way. Oh, I think I got lucky there. Okay, all right. They put in the egg that I wanted. I'll take it. And then I've got the... All right, that's enough. That just gonna give, because I'm just getting low on barbecue meat. Not super well, yeah. I just don't see any eggs that are like 95% or more. So I think that's enough to get by. Alright, back to normal. So getting the dupes to send over some aluminum. Figured it's better to use metal from the metal refinery, which is at 100% efficiency, instead of the rock crusher, which is the only form of creating metal on the other asteroid. I was gonna try to do some mopping up, I guess. I was using the wrong tool there. We'll get rid of this. We can start the process of loading these guys in with polluted water. So it's gonna go reuse the pipe where I can, why not? We should see some polluted water doing nothing. Why? Oh, because it's we need to wait. Okay, that's fine. Should see some dupes bringing over some metal, though. Maybe they're just a little slow. Oh, there we go. Bucket's on the case. Bucket's not on the case. They're making more aluminum. Just realizing I did not click allow manual use. Nothing really happens dupe-wise if you don't do that. Actually, yeah. Actually, no, let's do this instead. Because I want to control, I don't want to bring all of the metal over, so let's put it on a sweeper. Put it, say, right here. And in this bin at high priority, let's put 2 tons, sure. Actually, let's do a little bit less than that. Refined metal, aluminum. So Dupe should be putting stuff in that. We'll get someone to bring this over. And I will disable this for the time being. So we've got the mount, almost the mount. You know what? That's good enough. We have aluminum sitting there. I'm going to tell this guy go to refined metal, aluminum, and he's going to start transferring that over to the other asteroid where we can build some stuff out of metal. So, because I've got plans for that over there. Just clearing out this spot. Now that the water's gone, we're going to put a couple pumps, put in a basic filter system, and we've got a new source of oxygen. I think this is the first time I've ever seen a rover entombed in a tile instead of a dupe. Alright, there we are. At the bottom of the base, doing a difficult action. I want someone to build this for me really quickly and get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of there. Get out. Go, 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 go. Okay, good. Whew. So that should be shutting. I'm going to prevent anyone from going in and out, and I'm furthermore going to insulate. Let's see. Create a vacuum tile right there, first of all. I'm going to say the whole point of this I want to have further in the future, let's say 500 or below, don't bother pumping. Or if it's above 500, then you can pump. Let's look at it that way. Hoping this is going to turn to ice, though it may not. So it's still enough to get carbon dioxide in. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe that wasn't the best plan, but we'll seal this area up. Kind of funny. I brought all of that metal over here, thinking that the conveyor receptacle had to be made out of metal, but it's actually metal ore, so that's not as bad. We're gonna have a receptacle for each one of. Oh, I have to worry about automation there, but put one here. I'll put one there, but we gotta redo. Excuse me. Or do they not have automation piece? Oh, okay. Well, that's easy enough. I did not realize they worked a little bit different. I guess we'll put one there. If I knew what end piece this thing actually needed to get, I'm assuming this is going to go there. The sweeper only needs to access one end. I'm assuming it's the bottom end. I guess it could have been fine that way. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What we're going to do, put a conveyor loader over here. That is going to pick up sandstone. And that's going to feed that into all these different receptacles. So that's the ag line. We don't want to kind of cross-contaminate. Oops. There. That, we'll put that right like that, so that maintains the stable. And those don't need powers? I guess not. They're kind of nice. I was assuming the fact that you have to do more advanced research to get this thing, that it would require definitely metal and power. It really is just a dumb thing that just stores stuff at the end of the receptacle line, so, or the conveyor line. Alright, easy enough. I'm not complaining. Okay, so we have this conveyor loader and all these bins storing sandstone. So that's going to be accessible for this guy here so that these don't need to be filled up by the dupes. I'm going to lower the priority of these, indicating that the dupes can kind of forget about them. Let that be the job of the auto sweeper. Probably going to get a lot of idle dupes because they don't have as many tasks now. Not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, how are we doing over here? 36,000 calories of barbecue meat and 25,000 over here. Looking pretty good. We're going to bring some heavy watt wires over here. Kind of using this. Probably would, if I had thought about this, I would have put this closer to here, except for the fact that I don't have a lot of options because I don't want to go into this warm area. So you know what? We're having heavy wires go all over the base. Something I can clean up further in the future. Alright, I see that these two are filled with polluted water. We can actually smash those. That's going to make a bottle of polluted water right there and there. We're going to finish today by installing these showers with a light source in between. Actually, so we plug that in. Do that right there. Okay, and that's thanks to the fact that we're actually dealing with the excess polluted water. Speaking of which, let's put another one or even two of these guys around just to deal with the amount. We're going to be putting them in a location of use soon, but I don't want my washroom to become backed up. Polluted water is filled in there. We'll get rid of that. We'll put another one of these guys right here. That's starting to create lots of polluted oxygen. We don't have any power in here. We need to fix that dupes, but we're not going to be pushing any oxygen out just yet. Anyways, we'll finish this bit in the next episode. Alright, well, thank you for watching. What have we done? We haven't done anything in space, but that's on purpose because I want dupes eating calories. We set up this material study terminal. One of the things that I did use that for was to research this, which we'll be taking advantage of shortly after the carnivore achievement. We've been setting up, this is not functional, but it's a polluted water to oxygen system. And we have a filtration system to remove food poisoning over here. All on the other base. Lots of digging, by the way, has been going on. Looking for sand, sandstone. Temporary system. I don't think I need the incubator anymore. I ran that about 6 or so times. And last bit is I have some storage bins of sandstone. Loader is filling the line with... Whoops. Okay, it's important to check these things out. We need a bridge right there. Okay, good. Last thing I'm going to check out, let's just check oxygen and temperature on our bases. Cool, but comfortable. On the other base here, looking at that, oh, cool at the bottom. Oh yeah, we got to finish our insulation down there. Don't want to forget that. And temperature, the general base, not bad. Lots of oxygen, let's check, yep. And the carnivore achievement, where are we? We've got 10 cycles, so we better be making good progress. We are 340, so what, 55-ish thousand calories? We're going to be fine. But no dupes are going to leave until that. So next episode, carnivore achievements, and then back out to space. Until then, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in a future episode.